Hello, welcome back. Steve's Corner. Sun was just out. It was just daggone out. Now it's got a big old rain looking cloud over yonder. I just can't catch a break. Does anybody else feel like that? I mean, it's not me personally. It's the world at large. It just seems like things for the past 7, 8, 10 years it's been one behind the daggone other. You know, we had them daggone them riots happen back when Trump was in office. I guess it was. You know, they took over them cities, them city blocks and stuff like that. They had that thing at just about this time of the year where they were blocking people up on that Miracle Mile up in Detroit or wherever it was at that shopping where all them stores are at. Wouldn't allow nobody in there. You know. Then you had all that trouble with the daggone the judge, that Supreme Court judge, Gorsuch, I believe it was. I can't remember. I think that's who it was. I mean, they were trying to give him heck about getting appointed to the Supreme Court. Went back decades on him, said, hey man, you used to do this or whatever, you know. And then you had the election there in 2020 that caused trouble. Well, before that you had old Fauci fever hit, and that was devastating for 2 years like that. Shut down everything. It cost the government a lot of money. Then you had daggone inflation started spiking. Gas went out of this world. It almost seems like you just can't you can't catch a break. You ain't got a minute to take your breath and recenter yourself. You know, we come all the way up to now. We got daggone wars in Ukraine and war over in Israel, and I seen where they're getting hit by Hezbollah now from the north up in Lebanon. And Iran is threatening to do something if they go into Gaza or whatever. I mean, it just feels like a society as a whole, or regular average people, just ain't catching a daggone break. You know, we're going from one major condition and trouble to another one. You know, it's the way it feels. It's like you just can't catch a daggone break. You know. It's been a bad decade, man. You know, as far as that kind of stuff happening. And you got all these criminals running around shooting people. I just seen where they had a daggone shooting at the Texas State Fair. I didn't hear the fallout from it. They had somebody in custody, but I don't know if he actually hit anybody or not. I'm going to have to check on that. But we had the same thing at our county fair. The night before we went, they had to shut it down because they had somebody up in there with a gun or some bull. How they get in, I don't know, because they warned you before you go in there. But no, one shooting up there. It was had a group of kids get up in there and start acting up and start a big fight or some bull's what it was. Same thing happens at the high school ball games anymore. It's getting to a point where a decent person just can't go out anywhere to have any enjoyment in life. You know? And I just don't see how it's going to turn around. I mean, it seems like everything is is worse than the one before. You know? Because I believe we're in a dangerous position now with them daggone wars going on. I mean, we're close. I believe we're close to having to send some of our guys in there on the ground. And that's dangerous, man. You know, we don't need to be involved in all that stuff to that extent. I don't know. But, you know, it just ain't looking very good. Now, I had heard they had 2 carrier groups over there. Now, I heard this morning they got a 3rd one headed that way. So, I don't know. I think they're going to send one over to the South China Sea or whatever. Over there where daggone China is, in Korea, I believe, something like that. I don't know. But it's a tough time. It's a tough time to be a decent person in the world today. It really is. We've always had trouble. Man, it was, what was it, back in the 50s, I think it was. They had that sniper down there at the university. Was it Texas University? It was one of them colleges down there in Texas, up there in that tower, clock tower, and he was shooting them students down there. In the 60s, you had that shooting at Kent State from that National Guard group. You know, you had that daggone with that crazy man from West Virginia. What was his name? He's from Charleston, I believe. You know, they had the family. God dog, Charles Manson. You know, we've always had stuff like that going on, but it seems like they're compounding and running together, and each one is worse than the one before now. Each situation we're getting into. You know, I just don't know how much more we can take as a decent society before something breaks and it just goes ape doo-doo everywhere. And then it's going to be, man, I don't know. But it's what it feels like. It feels like I just can't catch a break. I ain't got a minute to sit down and take a breath before something else happens. You know. I don't know. That's enough of me griping today. Wife don't like to hear me, so I had to come out of here. Well, y'all take care. Y'all try to enjoy yourselves the best you can. Gonna be a miserable week. You just listen to me. Y'all take care. We'll talk to y'all later.